Are you the kind of person who says, I'm such a pretty positive person. I see the good in people very quickly, and when a challenge comes, I focus more on the solution and the positive side of it instead of the problem. So if you are one of them, let me ask you this. How many times a day do you worry about something? Simple things like, I need to be on time for this, or about someone else, or about something that needs to fixing, but you don't know where and how to start. How many times do you believe that something is not going to work out? And how many times do you call yourself dumb or not normal, or say something that diminishes you and you don't even find that a big deal? How many times do you allow yourself to dream so big without ever saying, oh, but I'm never gonna have this money. This will not be possible. Oh, I think it's too much. And how many times do you say to someone or even to yourself, oh, be careful, don't do this, it's so dangerous, even though everybody else does it? What I have realized here is that people tend to say they are very positive because they are good at pretending and hyping the people up or motivating them in a way. They show up almost always in a group in a very good mood and can even make the people laugh and all that. But you can be able to do that very well, and when it's time to look at yourself in the mirror, you cannot even name 10 things that you love about yourself. You cannot even spend 5 days without ever saying a negative word about yourself or that describes you. You cannot even spend 3 days without judging strangers or people you know in a negative way. You cannot even close your eyes and see yourself in a place where everything is exactly how you ever dreamed of being, physically and emotionally. Are you able to see your full potential, or do you still believe that you are not there yet, that there is still a lot to be done? Are you able to see a difference here? Being positive doesn't mean showing up to the outside world, putting up a smile, and being someone who makes others laugh and can even motivate some people, or someone who always shows up in a very good mood in front of others. Everyone can pretend to be like this. Even I was able to do this before. So we all have learned to ignore our internal world, to not express it, and not even try to understand it. So growing up, when something more negative would happen, the people around us had the tendency to ignore it and even pretend that nothing had happened. And very quickly, they changed the subject. So the people who could do that the most and the fastest, and even by changing a conversation with a joke, were the ones seen as a positive person. And this made us believe that even if our internal world is burning, exploding, and it hurts like hell, but we can show to the outside world that everything is okay, walk with a smile in our faces, and be nice to everyone, then this means we are a very positive person. But do you know what being positive means? It means being able to be honest with yourself. It's being able to see situations as they are, good and the bad, because it takes someone who is not afraid to be able to do that. So if fear is more of a negative thing, then you can see how not wanting to feel or not wanting to look at the truth is actually more of a negative thing. And as well as seeing the outside world as it is right now, the bad and the good. Because only then can you see all the options available to you and choose to live in a world that feels good to you without denying or pretending that there are parts of the world where there are still in war and there are still people suffering. Being positive is allowing your ideas, even the ones that may seem impossible to accomplish in this moment, to still flourish and not stop them in your head. Go as far as you can go. It's in your head, so it costs you nothing. Who cares if you don't accomplish it? Isn't it amazing? After a day of work or after a relaxing day, You close your eyes and you start imagining how you would things like to be, or even the world in general, and all the things you want to have, and being able to just feel all those juicy emotions and feelings. Doesn't this moment alone make you already feel amazing, even though you don't have all that right now? If the answer is no, then that is because you are too attached to it. This means you believe only then will you finally be free, and so on. But that is not entirely true. This means that what is actually hurting you, it's all that you haven't released or look at inside of you. It means that you have needs that are in starvation mode, and you need to understand them and provide them with what they need. And the illusion here is believing that only what is expensive, or that thing that you can only imagine in your head, can provide you with that. This is dangerous. For example, you might think that you need a long beach vacation to feel at peace and free. So this means that one of your needs is feeling peace and more freedom. But you can also sit in a local park with your shoes off, feeling the cool grass between your toes, or spend a day somewhere in the mountains without looking at the clock or your cell phone, and it will provide you the exact same sense of grounding and freedom. The expensive trip will, of course, give you more free time and all that, but until then, you can still provide yourself with a microdose of what you are needing so that you don't starve. A lot of people here choose to not even go out and just wait for the vacations to come, which can take months. So can you see how by doing that you are letting yourself starve? Another example, you might think that to keep a relationship or friendship exciting or to feel loved, you must go to a Michelin star restaurant and spend a fortune on a fancy dinner date. So the underlying need is focused attention and emotional intimacy. But you can achieve a deeper connection by building a blanket fort in your living room, putting away your phones and asking each other deep, meaningful questions over a home-cooked meal. Another example, you might crave a lavish, expensive party or a high-status wardrobe so that you can post it online to feel seen and valuable by others. So the needs in starvation are being valued and seen, yet having a deep, unfiltered 2-hour conversation over a cheap cup of coffee with a friend or even a stranger who truly listens to you fulfills that exact hunger for connection far better than any luxury item could ever do. Another example is believing you need a weekend at an expensive 5-star hotel spa just to unplug and decompress from a stressful week. So your actual need is quietness and breaking from sensory overload. This means until you wait for the opportunity to come, you can satisfy this completely for free by turning off your phone, drawing a warm bath, putting some ambient music and letting your mind just drift for an hour, or by doing something else that decompresses you in that same way. Every one of us has a different thing that can help us decompress or be in a different state. Not all of us like to take baths, so you have to find your own thing that satisfies the needs that way. So to be positive, you need to learn to have faith in the future outcomes without attachment, which means if it happens in a different way than you want it, you don't block it, you allow it to be so. It is also believing that the answers will come when they are needed in the moment, not months or weeks before, so that you can prepare. It is seeing your potential and not be afraid to express it. It is to believe that you don't have to hustle and work hard just to be deserving of something or to receive some good things. Stop trying to prove the world that you are a positive person and start becoming positive with yourself first. Start with one honest thought, one kinder sentence towards yourself, one small action that feeds a need you have been ignoring. You don't need to wait for your whole life to change before you allow yourself to feel peace, love, freedom, or joy. You can begin with something small today. And maybe this is what real positivity is. Not pretending that everything is perfect, but choosing again and again to come back to yourself, to believe in what is still possible, and to create moments that remind you that your life can feel good right now. I hope this helped you in some way, and as usual, I wish you a very nice week.